Morning, everybody. How are you? It's Thursday. Mal will be here in a moment. She's moving just a little bit slow this morning, but she'll be here. I told you. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, I forgot something.
Oh. Anyway, morning. I put cocoa powder in my... It technically wasn't cocoa powder, right? Because cocoa powder on its own is bitter. This is not... What is this?
Aradesh wanted you to try that. We were talking about sparkling water the other day.
Okay, could you not have warned me before I took a drink of my bitter?
Set that aside. Have it at the end.
Okay. Sparkling ice kiwi strawberry. 0 sugar.
Set it aside.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I could just try it now.
If you want.
This looks too refreshing for the morning.
Wow.
Set it aside, have it later. Drink this at the end, try it.
I'll forget.
Okay. Just open it.
I think it's an alien and it's trying to greet me.
I did not shake it.
Man, rarely do things smell pink.
Does that smell pink?
This smells pink. The smell reminds me of something, but I'm not sure what exactly.
You know how we were talking about LaCroix?
Uh-huh.
Coffee.
That has sucralose in it.
I mean, it's gotta have something in it because it says 0 sugar, but it's sweet, so it's gotta have... there's something inside of this. It's not the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Do you like it better than LaCroix?
I mean, yes, but that's because LaCroix is bad. This is not okay. I think the best way to put it is like, this isn't awful. Would I ever purchase it? No. No. But is it awful? No. Whereas LaCroix is bad. This is not bad, but it is pretty low, and I would not purchase it. But some people would like this.
Hi, sweetheart.
It's not the worst taste. I have a hard time getting past some of the fake sugars. Like, I can drink them, and the reason I know I can drink them is when Chaz and Jeff leave and there is still some Coke Zeros remaining, I will drink them, but it's not like my favorite thing to drink.
He says, "Look, it's fine."
Coffee.
Anyway, I don't know. It's, you know, the flavor, like the kiwi strawberry part of it, is pretty good. I actually think I'd like that better if it wasn't fizzy. Anyway, what was I drinking?
Hot chocolate.
Well, not technically hot chocolate. This is coffee. And I put some hot chocolate mix into it.
Oh.
One scoop. And what was funny is that when I came up here, I had one sip of this. Yeah, what I would call a mocha. I had one sip of this, and I was like, "Oh, that's good." There's like, it's just a tiny bit sweet, mostly bitter, just a little bit sweet. Then I had that, and now this just tastes like pure bitter because that was so sweet comparatively, and I'm like, "Oh, it's fine. It's fine." You caught me off guard with that.
I'm sorry.
You really did. Anyway, morning. It's Thursday. I'm gonna read some alerts at a pace that is to be decided by me at any point in time. But it'll be a pretty chill morning. Also, thanks for joining me on Tuesday for the first 20 stream, because now that that's done, I have a lot of stuff done for a while. And that's good. That's very good.
Good morning, Kepler. Are you a good boy?
All right.
Did you sleep on the bed?
You drew Guapo? One of the games we played on Tuesday was Far Cry 6, and there's a crocodile friend. It's pretty great. I was pretty excited about it. Okay, we'll take a look at the art tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a stream tomorrow, which is wild, right? Because when do we do streams on Friday nights?
I don't know. When? On Fridays?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For 2 years.
Yeah. I know.
Let me read some stuff. We had 5 gift subs from Digital Nugget. Morning Bombs. 2. The Blue Dream. Riku Panda. Famicom. High C. Proto Nut. 1. And Peregrine 78. Digital Nugget. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh. I had a burp. You know when you do a burp, but you keep your mouth closed so it comes up through your nose? Mm-hmm. I did that, and my nose was like kiwi strawberry. It wasn't awful, but it was like unexpected. All right, 37 months from Ryu, 16 from Bourbon Dodongo, 3 from Pastel Sakura YT, 3 in from Satsy. It says, I was going to be bitter about how yet another package was getting screwed around, but then I saw a picture of a friend's cat and the package arrived. Only a day late ain't a bad thing. Maybe that's like a magical thing that we haven't figured out yet.
Yeah.
If you need to solve a problem, just like look at pictures of cats. Or a cat. If something's going, although I can add some credence to that. If things are going wrong in your life, looking at a cat does tend to help.
Yeah.
It may not always get your package there in time, but it does help. There's been times I'm like, man, things ain't going so well, and then I'm like, oh, cat.
Oh, Cappy.
Probably.
Are you getting cozy?
Some small amount of truth to that. It's making you feel better. See, there you go. There you go. I highly recommend everyone look at pictures of cats. It doesn't have to be daily. It should, but it doesn't have to be. But just, occasionally being like, when was the last time I just looked at pictures of cats? It's true. Cats are good. Cats are good critters. 26 months from Paper Spyro. 29 from Vomicadia 25. 20 months from Back in Red. And 300 bits from Circle Now Squared, who says, broken arm update. As of now, I don't need surgery. We get a follow-up x-ray in 2 weeks to see how I'm feeling. Thanks for all the good vibes on Tuesday. Hey, that's good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is good. Hope your follow-up x-ray is also good. And they're like, yep, you don't need no surgery. Cool. Man, that's... See, and I talked about this on Tuesday. My assumption was that arm breaks and it's just like, oh crap, we're going in. We got to do all this stuff. But that's not exactly how it always works. Good to know, and, I hope things go well in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We also, 300 bits from Digital Nugget, who says, the best part of waking up is Bitter Joe in your cup. I was looking forward to it, actually. When I went to bed last night, I told Mal, I was like, I want to have hot chocolate in the morning. And I told her because I was like, I don't know that I'll remember.
You did.
But I did end up remembering, which I was kind of surprised. So actually, yeah, it's not normally, but today, yes, it's the best part of waking up. I was looking forward to it.
Do not hit the kitty in the face. You were gesturing a little.
Oh,
You got close.
I know where he's at.
He's stretching out to lay on my arm.
He's sweet. It is nice to, and this is almost like a childlike thing, but to have something to look forward to before you go to bed. I equate it, the strongest emotion I can put with it is Christmas. Whenever you're a child, and the next day is Christmas morning, and like how difficult it is to go to bed. Obviously, I wasn't.
What about days that are like field trip days, or?
Yeah, you mean field trip like specifically when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that feeling. There's a feeling, right? There's a feeling of excitement and difficult to sleep. I didn't have that like waking up for hot chocolate. It's not quite the same thing, but it's just nice to have something to look forward to. Yeah, I loved field trips. Field trips were fun. Like, oh, we know we're going to the thing.
We went on a bunch in like 3rd grade, and then I felt like we barely went on any after that.
I can't really remember the distribution of field trips across like grade school. I don't really know. I'm just gonna try and like think about any field trip that pops in my head from elementary school. Wow. Okay, hold on. I'm sure I got one. Okay, I am having a very, let's call it, obtrusive memory that's popping into my head from grade school, and it's not a field trip. I mean, I can tell it, but it's not a field trip, and I'm like, no, focus on the field trip. You did field trips. And my brain's like, but what about this time that you were at a birthday party that took place at the Burger King, and the birthday boy and 2 older boys were at the top of the thing that you climb up, and they just like, they would beat kids up as they got up there and then push them down the slide, and you did it multiple times. And that's all I'm really remembering. Just put it there. Yeah.
I went on a field trip in college. One day out of the blue, my painting professor was like, we're all going to the Walker Museum.
Oh, we did field trips like that.
That was the only one I did in college. Sometimes in biology, he'd be like, you're going to go do a lab, but you're going to go outside. Bye, see you in 2 hours. And we went and looked for bugs inside of plants. There's a little bit more to it than that, but that was the gist of it.
I vaguely remember. I'm trying to remember childhood field trips, and I'm really upset that none are coming to me. I vaguely remember going to a fire station.
Mm-hmm.
Vaguely remember going to a fire station and talking to a fireman. Vaguely. There had to have been more. You do a bunch when you're in elementary school.
Well, we went to a farm, I remember, because it was Wisconsin. We were learning about cows.
Coffee.
Okay.
We went to Children's Museum in Rockport, Illinois.
Did you go to a museum? Did we go to a museum?
Did you go to the History Museum for the county?
Oh, one time, the one in Conway,
Mm-hmm.
whichever one
The
that
History
is.
Museum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay. I went.
Next to the library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to that once, but I think it was in high school actually.
It used to be in the old Conway post office.
I'm really upset. I can't remember a single field trip. I didn't know if my dad was watching. Be like, I remembered it. I honestly, God, I can't remember any field trips from elementary school. I remember some field trips from older,
Yeah.
because we went to Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm.
and it was a big deal when we went to Washington D.C. because we went at the exact same time as the D.C. sniper event was happening, and all of the parents were very worried for our safety. Found out later that Dan was actually in DC at the exact same time. I never met Dan, obviously. Dan was from Florida. But there was always that chance, right?
Yeah.
There was always that chance that we were going to run into Dan. It didn't happen. But when we discovered that later, we were like, oh, that was neat! That we could have. Anyway, that's it. And when was that? Actually, we went to DC twice, because we went once in 8th grade, and then we went back in 10th grade. Anyway.
We had a field trip where we went snowshoeing and cross-country skiing. We had one where we went into some caves and we got to go spelunking.
That sounds cool.
We also had one
I
where
didn't do anything like that.
where we went to Kettle Moraine and we were learning about the Ice Age and the glaciers coming down because they formed all of the moraines and the Kettle Lakes and stuff. So we went and we looked at them in person. We got to go to a camp for a week.
A camp?
They took us to northern Wisconsin in October, and we went to I think it was a Girl Scout camp. And we slept in cabins, and they had the regular foods, and we did a bunch of woodsy stuff. We went rock climbing on an actual rock face and had campfires. That was probably the coolest one. We did that twice. We did that in 6th grade and 7th grade, but 7th grade was a bit more science-y, and we were studying things and had worksheets, but in 6th grade it was more fun. And we just got to play games and go canoeing.
I honestly, I can't. I feel bad I can't remember a lot of stuff. I cannot.
We never did any big trips. The band always did a big trip every 4 years, and you would save up through the fundraisers all 4 years, but I never participated because I'd be at my dad's on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
So I never participated and I couldn't afford it. I don't remember where they went though.
Grandson Brambo says, didn't you see George Bush walk to a helicopter? I did. When we were in, it was 8th grade? I can't remember now. Probably 8th grade. When we went to DC and we went to the White House, he was either coming or going in a helicopter. We got to see him either get on or get off or something. Although, don't fail me, memory, I feel like we went to Arlington, and I think he actually gave a speech in Arlington, and we were we were in Arlington and we're there for the speech. I feel like that also happened. I don't know. I can't remember any of this stuff very well. I actually have a lot of that on video though, because I was into video, you know, at that time, and I was doing what was basically a vlog, but a long time ago.
Yeah.
And like I cut that into a video, which I'm sure is absolutely dreadfully all terrible. Maybe someday I'll go back and get that footage and try and cut it into something like coherent, and then release it as vlog negative day several thousand or whatever. Anyway, my goal for this stream is by the end of the stream, hopefully, maybe recall a elementary school field trip, because I got middle school covered and I got high school covered, and I remember doing some stuff in college too, but I can't freaking remember elementary school. I'll try and remember by the end of the stream. Where was I? 3 Bits from Prince, who says, tomorrow's my birthday. I am turning the ripe old age of 22. I know I'm gonna miss game streams, so I'm saying hi now. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hope your birthday goes well. Today is like your preparation for your birthday. If like you need any like snacks or drinks, right, you gotta like get them today, so when the clock strikes midnight, you're like, here we go, I'm ready for my birthday, because you gotta be like set.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just move into your birthday and be like, oh crap, I forgot the snacks. That's what you do the day before. Just a little known like birthday tip. If you need any birthday tips, I'm here. I got you.
Kitty Cat, you're heavy.
Birthday tip number 2. Consider Cheetos.
Consider them.
Because if you're like me, you don't regularly eat Cheetos. You probably forget they exist. But on your birthday, you want to do something different, like spice things up in your snack repertoire, consider Cheetos. Because I usually don't.
Crunchy or Puffs?
Puffs. There's nothing wrong with crunchy Cheetos, but in my opinion, they are inferior to Puffs. I would rather have Puffs.
See, I need to switch. Like, every time I get them.
You have to alternate.
Yeah. They're both good.
I like the Puff ones. I like the ones that come in the big... They don't have to be Cheeto brand.
They have to be Cheeto brand.
They do not have to be Cheeto. They're all the same. Get the ones in the big container.
The big plastic container.
Yeah, the big plastic container. Like, go to Costco, go to the nearest Costco person and say, Costco person, where can I find the giant puff, cheesy puff? And they will tell you. Where were we? 300 Bits from Light Rock says, morning, grandparents. Can I get some good vibes for my salty coffee? I'm awake, I swear. Oh. That's okay. It could have been worse. You could have put flour in it. Right? Would that have been worse? I think that would have been worse. If you put salt in your coffee, what would you put in your coffee then to try and repair that?
You would make a new coffee.
Fair.
Caramel? That's not a bad idea, Moose.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Because like at that point,
Bye, kitty cat.
Yeah, then then it's fancy. Yeah, you're going from mistake to fancy. It's a hard transition to pull off, but you can do it. We 300 Bits from French says, my breakfast today is mom taking leftover stale donuts and turning them into French toast. Sounds good, not ready yet. You gotta let me know how that turns out. That's an interesting idea. You can turn any, if it's a bread product.
You can turn any bread product into French toast.
I mean, you can, right? So like.
Soft pretzels.
Yeah. Why can't you? Anything. Like, the flavor profile will change a little bit.
Yeah.
But, like, there's nothing There's nothing like holding you back. You could make that happen. Ooh, okay. You might have me on the garlic bread. Garlic bread would be tough, but what if instead of making it like a sweet French toast, you tried to make it more of like a savory French toast? So like you don't add sugar. You go in a different direction. I don't know what you would do with it, but like that, I feel I'm not a good enough chef to pull off, but I'm just saying that there's a path forward. I don't know how to do it, but there's a path forward. Monte Cristo? Oh, we need to buy some bacon. Is it on the shopping list?
No.
Can we put it on the... We got so many eggs, and I want to make some breakfast burritos to help get rid of the eggs. And, like, they're fine with just egg, but they're so much better with, like, bacon in them. Just make a couple pieces of bacon. A little bit. Alright, where was I? 3 Bits from Digital Nugget says, in homeschool, field trips are interesting. I remember a time I went to an aquarium on one. This was when I got to pet a shark. You got to pet a shark?
We went to Fort Fisher once, and they had the little sharks that we could touch.
Hold on. Maybe this will unlock a memory. Certainly, I went to an aquarium as a child on a field trip. That had to have occurred. That's
Did you go to Charleston Aquarium? Ripley's is newer, though.
It's not that new.
Yeah. Fort Fisher?
Ripley's was around when I was a kid.
You went to Fort Fisher. You told me that you had gone there on a field trip when we went to Fort Fisher Aquarium. You were like, I've been to Fort Fisher on a field trip.
Which one?
Fort Fisher.
The one in Wilmington?
Yeah.
When did I say this?
When we were driving into the Fort Fisher Aquarium.
I have no recollection of this. But if I told you that at some point, then when I told you, I may have had a recollection, so it's probably true. Don't you hate that? When, like, because that happens to me a lot, where, like, during a certain time, I'll be like, this thing happened. And then later, someone will be like, you remember when that thing happened? And I'll be like, no. And they'll be like, but you told me it happened. I'm like, well, if I told you it happened, then it probably did. But that was old me knew that at a time. Current me does not know that.
I don't know if the field trip was the aquarium, but it was the fort.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you're not confusing this with Fort Sumter?
No.
I went to Fort Sumter in middle school. I might have went in elementary school.
I remember
also.
you telling me about Fort Sumter, but I remember pulling into the Fort Fisher Aquarium and you saying, I've been to Fort Fisher on a field trip.
As current day Steven, I'm like, past Steven's confused. That there's no, I don't think that occurred. But maybe. I do not recall, but I don't think we did. We might have went to Ripley's Aquarium, to be honest. Ripley's Aquarium was around when I think Ripley's Aquarium was probably built when I was probably like 10. So it would have been right at the end of elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Whatever. I'm pretty sure that I would have went to some aquarium somewhere for elementary school.
There's a few of them here.
Because you take kids to see animals. It's just the thing you do. You take them to see the aquarium. You go to the one with where they're land.
The zoo.
The zoo.
We went to the Milwaukee Zoo.
We take kids to the aquarium. We take kids to the land aquarium.
We also went to Bay Beach
What
once.
is a zoo other than a land aquarium? What?
We went to Bay Beach once.
What is that?
It's kind of like a little amusement park, but it's like the kind of rides they put at Broadway at the beach. Like just a carousel and a scrambler. It's up in Green Bay on the
So
bay.
like a carnival.
It's kind of that, but it's permanent.
But what is it for? Or is it just a carnival?
It's just kind of a permanent carnival.
Oh, I thought it was like an educational.
Oh no, it was like end of the year party.
Brandon says, after my brothers were born, the nurse handed them to my mom and said, take them to see animals. I'm entrusting you. This is important.
Bay Beach was there forever, and it was the kind of place that used to have like a dance hall back in the day. And,
Okay.
And like that bandstand still was kind of there, but they hadn't used the bandstand in forever.
Okay.
That kind of place.
You're saying that like I'm gonna just be like, yeah,
Well,
I know, the carnivals with the
Kind
dance
of like
hall.
the pavilion before they added the big rides. Like in the 70s. Like before they added the roller coasters when it was just like the
Okay.
dance hall.
So a carnival.
Yeah. It had one of those slides with the where you sit in the potato sack and it goes down like that.
Sorry, you definitely lost me. What?
You know the really big slides that you climb up all the stairs and you get in the little potato sack?
Oh, actually, yes, I do. I do.
They have them at Broadway. But one of my teachers one time was like, I used to work there when I was a kid back in the 70s, and she's like, we would stand underneath and you could look up and see like sunlight peeking through on the thin areas. And she said one time the Ferris wheel stopped moving and the guys had to run over and like manually like jump and grab a thing and pull it around.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
I mean, last time I was at Bay Beach, it was pretty run down.
I have vivid memories of amusement park, carnival, stuff like that. Of like my mom. So like the dichotomy of man was represented in my mother, who like both wanted to ride the rides and wanted me to go on rides, and then also was like very very much not necessarily not trusting of the rides and the maintenance and stuff, but definitely put that thought into my head as a kid of like,
My dad hates traveling carnival rides.
like we would get on a
so
ride,
much.
we'd get on a ride, and Mom would be like, I sure hope that things are okay. It's like, well, we're on it. Don't like. We either gotta be excited or we have to be scared. We can't do both. I don't want to do both. Either that's dangerous and I'm not getting on, or we're enjoying this. I don't want to get on the ride and be like, I sure hope we don't die today. Like, where was I? 300 bits from J Lineback. He says, so when I was 12, my class went on a field trip to a theme park. It went well, except for one of the rides breaking and several of my classmates getting stranded on a water ride and another classmate jumping off a boat ride. But hey, at least it was eventful. See that, I mean, so you're 12, right? So 12-year-olds do that. 12-year-olds will jump off, because like you don't jump off of a boat ride. That's the sort of thing that as an adult is like horrifying to me. But as a 12-year-old, I'm trying to put myself in the mind of a 12-year-old. I'm like, yeah, a 12-year-old would just be like, haha, check me out, and just jump off of the thing. It's so dangerous. You don't know what's in there.
Someone mentioned Valley Fair. Carly's taking kids on field trips there. It's a amusement park.
I thought that was a mall.
It's a mall in Appleton, but it's an amusement park in Minnesota.
Oh, of course, my mistake.
They have the same name.
Yeah. Classmates doing silly, stupid things at young ages is unfortunately common. And if they're lucky, they don't get hurt. And if they're very unlucky, they do. 14 months from the Siren 182 and 300 bits from Digital Nugget says, yes, I love land aquariums, especially the one in North Carolina. Which one? I'm assuming there are multiple land aquariums. But have I been, that's a bigger question, is have I been to a zoo in North Carolina? Maybe. I feel like maybe I went to, no, I couldn't have. I was like, maybe I went to one in like Charlotte. But first off, I don't know that there's a Charlotte Zoo. It's the first problem. And then the second problem is almost certainly not, because I don't feel like I really even went to Charlotte until I was out of high school. Oh, there's one in Asheboro. Have I been to? I have been to Riverbanks,
A few times.
but not in a long time.
When we lived in Columbia, we had gone twice. We took your parents, and then we went when I did my interview.
Ooh, I wonder if we went to Riverbanks in elementary school. I have no way of knowing any of this. That's the problem. I'm like, I hope I remember by the end of the stream, but I know I won't. That's the biggest problem. It's like, I know I'm not going to actually remember that. I'm like, I'm not going to have any... I think the only thing that would be able to jog my memory or implant a false memory, which would also be acceptable at this point, would be to look through, like, old photos or something. And I have all of our photos. I have them all scanned.
Yeah.
And I'm fairly familiar with the photos. And, like, the only thing I can remember, like, the first field trip that I remember is, like, in 6th or 7th grade whenever we go to Fort Sumter. And it's because I took the photos.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. A lot of people have been to Six Flags. I've never been to Six Flags.
There's multiple Six Flags.
I know. Yeah, I know. There's several, but I haven't ever been to any of them.
I've only been to Great America.
Which one is which? Great America is
Great
the
America
one
is the one in Gurnee, north of Chicago.
Okay.
The one you've driven past, because I point it out every time we go past.
There's, I think, and I don't know if this is correct, but my perception of Six Flags, when I was younger, was that they had very big, very scary rides.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty
It's
true.
like Carowinds.
Is Carowinds big, scary rides?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, there's, like, kiddie stuff, too, but, like, there's... I feel like my experience with Great America and then also Carowinds is Great America had more. It was bigger.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
But Carowinds has really added a lot of roller coasters lately.
we would go to theme parks. I remember going to Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. We went to Hershey Park. We went to Carowinds. We would go to things occasionally, but I never rode like the big stuff.
Oh.
Ever.
Carly and I did. We'd go down in the summer, and my mom would be like, all right, at noon, meet us at the car. We're going to have lunch. And we'd go picnic at the car. So we didn't have to eat in the theme park.
Yeah, we would leave the park. Like, I remember going to Disney when I was younger. And then also, well, this is just a common thing. I think basically anytime we went to a theme park, we would... I almost never remember eating in the theme park. We would go back to the car, drive out of the theme park, which, you know, I get it because, you know, my parents wanted to save money.
Yeah.
But you do lose a lot of time doing that because you got to exit the theme park, you got to drive, and then you got to get back in. But we probably save some cash that way. Yeah, I don't even recall going to a lot of theme parks that had some of the big crazy stuff because when I was a kid, I remember very vividly like wooden roller coasters. Like that was the thing.
Great America only had like 2 when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Everything else was steel.
Maybe that's because some of my perception's been warped by our local theme park, which was
The pavilion.
The pavilion didn't have any crazy big rides. Like their spotlight ride that was the Hurricane, and it's because when you rode it, it felt like you were in the middle of a hurricane because it was a wooden coaster that had been built a while ago, and it was very jerky, and gave probably a sizable portion of people that rode it whiplash. But it was memorable, you know. That was what you rode. So I didn't really ride anything like huge.
I never got to go to the pavilion because they tore it down in 2006, but my assumption of seeing photos and people talking about it was a pretty standard oceanfront beach theme park like places in Jersey would have, or Santa Cruz, or...
Yeah, that's pretty...
Yeah.
That's pretty standard. It was featured in some movies.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, maybe we only have to watch the full movies, but we'll find out what movies they were and pull up like the scenes so you can kind of see what it was. Because I have a few memories there, not like a bunch of memories, but Thunderstriker says, "Didn't you get denied from a ride once for being too tall?" That wasn't at the Pavilion.
That was at Hard Rock.
That was at Hard Rock. Me and Mal went to Hard Rock, and there was a ride that Mal wanted to go on, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to go on this because I'm not a big ride guy.
It was also a water ride.
But we finally Mal talked me into it, and I was like, all right, I'll do it. And then when we walked up to the thing, the person was like, oh, you can't.
Too tall.
You're too tall.
He made you stand against the wall.
And I was like, I guess that settles that. And it was your feet dangled.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, your feet. You're gonna lose your feet. And I'm like, okay, well, I need those, so I guess I won't ride this. Anyway, 300 bits from Platinum Pikachu says, so with Dread having come out recently, I am currently working my way through some of the other Metroid games. Today I finished up Samus Returns with 100% completion. Next up is Super Metroid. Oh, so you're playing through chronologically.
Ah.
Because there's 5, I mean there's more than 5, but there's 5 Metroid games that count. It doesn't mean that there's 5 Metroid games that are good, because the Prime series is good, but like there's 5 that account towards the primary storyline. Metroid, Metroid 2, Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, Metroid Dread. Yeah. It's nice actually that they remade Metroids 1 and 2, because you don't have to play the NES and Game Boy versions to experience those games. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but adding some more modern sensibilities. I've never played them all. That's actually something. This is a bit of a spoiler. That's actually something that's on my list of like things I would do as a solo stream is play through the Metroid games, because I've actually never experienced them. The first Metroid game that I ever played through completely was Fusion, and I liked it a lot, but I haven't played through the other ones. Which is weird because almost everyone my age has played Super Metroid, and I have not. I've played Little Metroid 2 because I have it on Game Boy, but I don't think I had it as a kid. I think I bought it at some point. We got 300 bits from Line Rider says, I have 4 hours to turn my reading notes on my research into a literature review. Wish me luck. This is for a class in the major I almost dropped in the spring, if anyone remembers. Well, I wish you luck. 4 hours is both a lot of time and not long.
Yeah.
So just use your time as wisely as possible. Which I guess is like writing. use it to write things. Use it to write things. We have 300 from Incarnado that says, update on my cat. She has bowel issues, but not cancer. Yay! She will have to go on a special diet instead of the steroids that they would give her due to other health conditions, though. Well, I mean, that's good.
Yeah, that's good news.
That's good. That's super, super good. And a special diet is manageable.
Yeah.
And it's certainly a better alternative. So I wish your kitty cat continued health and good luck. And I hope everything goes smoothly moving the cat to the diet. Sometimes cats can be a little finicky, but honestly, as long as you transition the cat slowly to a new food, I feel like it usually goes fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, your mileage may vary with your particular cat, but our cats both just, if we transitioned them pretty slowly, they were all right. One thing I've noticed with Kep is the wet food that he's on, he'll go for like a month or two, and then he'll stop eating as much of it.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, buddy, you gotta, like, this is the food that's good for you.
Yeah.
You know, the dry is just supplementary. It's not the good food for him. I was like, you should eat this. So what I've been doing is I can always take just a few kibbles. I mean, like 4. Just 4 tiny little kibbles, and I'll put them on top like sprinkles, and he'll eat the whole thing. And he just recently, in the last few days, went back to that mindset
where
of
he
like,
needs the sprinkles.
Yeah, where he's like, I don't know, I'm kind of tired of this. And I'd be like, you want some sprinkles? And he's like, oh my god, yes. Yes, I do. I'll lick the bowl clean if there's sprinkles. So Kep's been enjoying his little food sprinkles. I don't know why that's such a...
I don't know.
I don't understand him, but it's fine. To be fair, if there was something I wasn't enjoying and you put sprinkles on it, I might be more interested in it. I'm like, oh well, hold on now. I don't want to write this off quite yet. There's sprinkles on this. I do love myself some sprinkles.
We're getting ready to transition him to a new food.
Yeah, we actually bought, and we've talked about this a few weeks or maybe months ago at this point, but we bought some food. It's a better quality food, and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a good combination. And we haven't moved him to it because we had so much of the old food. So we've been trying to wait, and right now he's probably got about a month's worth, maybe,
of the old food.
To be honest, he has a little bit less now that he's eating it more frequently.
Yeah.
But eventually we're going to move him to this new food. I hope he likes it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because again, it's better for him, and it's cheaper. And I like that combination a lot. I drank all my coffee, but I'm still a little thirsty, so now I'm going back to this. I don't know if I'm gonna... That smell... It reminds me...
Can I smell it? I can't drink it because I can't have the sucralose.
Tell me what that smells like, because it reminds me of something, but I can't put my finger on it.
Strawberry kiwi.
Yeah, but it's used inside... This smells, I think, like a Starburst. Is that fair?
Yeah.
This smells like what a Starburst tastes like. Lyra says, would you enjoy it more with sprinkles? Maybe. Whew, whew, whew. Yeah, I actually think I would like this better if it wasn't carbonated. To be perfectly honest, I think that this would go better. If it went down smooth, I think it would be better going down smooth. Tipsy says, "I'm sorry, I don't sniff Starburst, but why not? Give your Starburst a little sniff. I like to sniff food before I eat it. If it's an aromatic food, if it's just like normal food, like I'm not in the Five Guys going, because I don't want to get kicked out of another Five Guys. But if it's an aromatic food, I'll give it a little sniff, just a little sniff, maybe in private. I'll just saltine smell. I don't know. I think I like the way this smells better than I like the way it tastes. Solution. This company should make candles. Just put a wick down in here.
And some, what? They make like jelly candles.
Jelly candles?
Yeah, they're like clear and they're like gooey. They're like jelly.
I don't know what you're talking about. There is only candle.
There's like clear candles that are like jello.
Like when you
can poke them and they're like soft.
If you grab them and go, whoop, whoop, do they go? Whoop, whoop, whoop?
They're not quite that.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never like when a candle is a candle. Like there's.
Yeah, it's wax. I know that, but they.
You find a picture so I can see. Because I don't know. I'm not familiar with any other candle other than normal candle.
You've never seen candles like this one? It's a gel candle. People like put stuff in them.
What happens to them?
You can still use them. They're like candles.
What happens when it gets down to the stuff?
It's just wax down there.
The stuff isn't waxed. Does it burn the stuff? It doesn't look like they're
those are
really...
shells. Shells don't really burn.
Because you'll burn the stuff. You can't just... You know what I mean? Like, you can't just do that. You can't put stuff in a candle and then when you get... Like, the candle manufacturers can't just put anything in a candle because then you get down there.
You don't put flammable things. Like Satsy said, you don't put flammable things.
All right. That actually could be a fun candle. Can you imagine putting like a little
sparkler,
like little M8000s in the candle? You just burning the candle, and then at some point you hear pew, and you're like, "Oh God, the candle!" That'd be. Oh, you put an M8000 at the very bottom, and you advertise it as when the candle pops, it's time for a new candle. That's not a bad idea. Also, you can only burn them outside, and you can only burn them like away from objects. Where was I? We had a subscription from JBurb7. Welcome. 13 months from NJ Chef. 8 months from Bonesda. 300 bits of My Name Crafting Live says, was that woo thing you did a cheer of excitement or a warning of danger? Usually both. There's nothing wrong with it meaning two things simultaneously. I am drinking this like it. I think it's because it's like one of the. It's one of my only option for beverage right now, so I'm just like.
Yeah, it is.
Is it growing on me? I don't know. Probably not. Let me put it down. Yeah, it's there. That's a fair feeling. There's times where you eat or drink things
because there's nothing else.
Because they're there, and you're like, well.
Yeah.
But isn't that somehow how you get to like things a little bit? Like sometimes repeated exposure to a thing. You kind of like, oh, okay, it's not so bad. Anyway, they're from Ryan who says, all right, you clown, tell us how you got thrown out of a Five Guys. The chat needs an explanation.
That's empty.
Sure is. Just for comedic effect.
I know.
Is that why you pointed it out?
Also empty.
That's a good thumbnail. Anyway. What were we talking about?
Kepler.
Kepler?
Yeah.
Where is he?
I don't know. Well, that topic's over.
We moved through that one real quick. Real quick. I have never gotten thrown out of anywhere. I think.
Roland wants to throw you out of Player's Choice sometime.
I dare him. Is he watching? A lot of times he's watching. Throw me out! I dare him. I mean, also he will. Like, he'll totally... I don't think... He throws people out. That happens.
Yeah.
That's not an impossibility. Roland's told some wild stories about things that happen.
Yeah.
I can't believe how entitled some people act, though.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell his stories. At some point, maybe we'll have him on Breakfast Stream or something, and I'll let him tell some of the stories. But some of the people come in the store and do things. I'm like, holy crap! A customer did that, and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, Jesus! I can't believe that someone would even do that or say that, or like a customer threatening violence, like saying, if you don't sell me this, I'm going to get violent. Like, that's insane. Who would say that? Anyway, yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten thrown out of anywhere that I can recall. And I feel strongly that I would recall something like that. The only thing I can possibly think of, and we never got thrown out that I can remember, is when I was in high school, we did some live action I don't want to call them prank videos because prank video has changed. Where
Yeah.
prank video is like, it's just a prank, bro, social experiment. And it's not what it was. It was dressing up in costume and just being within the environment in a public place. It was, what it was almost like not a parody, but like using Mega 64 as an inspirational source. Yeah, the Earthbound stunts, where we took scenes from Earthbound and then recreated them in public spaces, not to harass, that's what prank video has become. Prank video is basically thinly veiled harassment, which is insane. That's not what we did. But even then, I don't think we ever got kicked out of anywhere. We also we weren't ever really in businesses.
No.
So that's probably why. We were always, like, outside. Chaz said, yeah, there's 2 drive-thrus in Michigan City I would never go back to with you, but we were not thrown out. I forgot about that. Yeah, can I have a number 2 with a root beer and hold on. What do you want? A cheeseburger.
That's what happened. Chaz was driving.
Was Chaz driving? Yeah. No, I was driving.
Oh, you were driving Chaz's car?
I think I was driving. Yeah. I think I was driving. I drove one, you drove the other. Okay. Yeah. That was a long time ago. But yeah, there was that was a thing that occurred at some point. Chaz, that was like, how many years ago was that? That was like 12, 14 years ago? 14. Like 14 years ago. No one's 13 years ago. No one's gonna remember. No one is gonna remember. We can go back. God, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was a long... Anyway.
Renee says, all new workers there now, probably. Yeah.
Stop yelling! Thunderstriker says, was that the first time you met Chaz in person? No. No, I met Chaz even earlier than that. Because I met Chaz in person, I think, the year before that.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I think that's correct. So, 14 years ago. And I knew Chaz prior to that, but I met him in person 14 years ago. The internet is old. It's not that old. It's not like Europe. That's my example of what old is. It's not like Europe. Europe's super old, but you know, it's pretty old. It's kind of old. All right, what were we talking about? Before I got sidetracked. I don't know, let's just tell them what's happening today. It's Thursday, so that means more Luigi's Mansion is coming your way. There were 12 episodes. This is episode 6, so after you watch today's episode, you can say you've watched half of the LP, because half the LP is out. There's vlogs. I've got some vlogs scheduled. That's good. That's coming out at 3 Eastern. There might be more, but there is 3. Oh, I have not run beans?
No. Run beans while you keep talking.
And it worked. You see how it worked?
I see it works.
Because I fixed it.
Good.
I only fixed it on the Stream Deck. I haven't fixed it on the browser, so I can't raid anyone. On Tuesday, I had to get Chaz to do it because I was like, "Can you raid someone? Because I can't do it. I need to do it. I gotta like set it up.
Yeah,
I just
you need
haven't
to fix
done
that.
it. Also, we'll look at Extra Life stuff before we leave.
We end the stream.
We leave, so we'll do it shortly. Okay, what was I talking
You were
about?
talking about things that were happening. So you said vlogs.
Yeah, vlogs. There's some vlogs. I'll refresh it. There's some vlogs coming out. There might be more coming out too. I gotta get some more stuff done, but they're coming. And then tomorrow night, we're doing a stream because again,
It's Friday.
it's Friday. Have we missed a Friday stream?
No. Maybe? No.
Have we not missed a Friday stream since we started doing them 2 years ago?
I don't know.
That sounds like us. So if we haven't, then I'm like, well. Anyway, tomorrow night we're going to be doing Clubhouse games. So join us tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's just going to be fun, casual competition.
Yeah.
Casual competition. Like that's a thing. We'll be playing. How many games are on there? It's like 50.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot.
Hi, Kippy.
There's a lot. Hi, bud. Welcome, finally. Showing up near the end.
He was here earlier.
Oh, that's right. You did
We
hold him for.
snuggled.
Yeah, you held him for a while. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to that. It should be fun.
Next week?
And then yeah, this is the big thing, right? Extra Life is in a week-ish. It's next Saturday, October 23rd. Tell your phone. Come back up. Come on up.
Hi, Kippy.
You gonna take a sit? As long as you're comfortable, bud. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, next week is Extra Life, of course. We're about halfway through October. You only got half of the month left to pick up any Duck Moment stuff. If you wanted a Duck Moment mug or a shirt or something like that. I should probably... See, I'm this guy, so I should probably use... It's hard to do left-handed.
Yeah.
Your experiences with the mug changes whether you're a left or right-handed person. If you're right-handed, you're looking at my face, but if you're left-handed, you're looking at mouse. Isn't that neat? Anyway, you got like another 2 weeks to pick up any of that. All right, Extra Life stuff. Extra Life stuff. That's right. Hold on. Let me. I gotta refresh this source. There we go. We also had 300 from Satsy. It says, Steven, you need to pick a time for beans so it becomes routine. Just making it a cheer for posterity, so I know you've seen it. Theoretically, it could be on like a timer.
Yeah.
Theoretically. But I've never forgotten, I've forgotten, I've clearly forgotten, but we've never ended a stream without doing it. I'm pretty sure we've always done it.
Yes.
But there's been a lot of times where I'm like, all right, we did. The stream's over. And sometimes I forget. Something. All right. Totals.
Hello Kitty Seasons.
Oh. That's new. All right. So, Epic Mickey 270. Pretty big jump up to Wii Sports 434. Garfield Show at 505 with $1 more. Dokapon Kingdom. And now Hello Kitty Seasons. And a sizable amount of money in the roulette pool too.
Yeah.
340. That's big. Wow.
Upset.
Yeah. I mean, so that's the thing, right? Like as we get closer, there's going to be more upsets. We're going to see things changing a lot. So I'm going to try and remember to add this to the game stream so I can like just hit a button for tomorrow and show that on screen too. But it'll probably continue to change every stream up until the test stream. The test stream will be next Friday. A lot of stuff happens during the test stream.
Yeah.
There's usually $10,000+ that comes in during the test stream because we're streaming. People can see the totals. They want to start affecting the totals for the start of the event the next day, so things start really rolling. But in the meantime, it's fun to see what some of this early stuff is. Hello Kitty Seasons. Hasbro. This side. H-A. This is our current leader. It is published by Zoo, because of course it is. Help build Sanrio Town. As the seasons turn, you and your town will face new challenges on this amazing adventure.
Collect furniture, build a house.
Honestly, it kind of looks like Animal Crossing, but Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's super accurate or not, but that's what it looks like to me. Do you play as this girl where it says she's wearing a shirt that just says "I love Hello Kitty"? Yeah, kind of looks like Animal Crossing, but all of the characters are Sanrio characters. Anyway, oh, and the total's at 6, 7, 8, 9. Of course it is. Well, cool. Cool. Thomas says, no, I love Hell Kitty. Yikes.
He corrected himself.
I refuse to read that part. Hell Kitty. Alright. Done for today. Thank you all for being here. Hope you have a good Thursday. Get excited. Extra Life is so soon.
So soon.
So soon.
So soon.
I'm pumped about it. I'm ready for the event. And we'll just see what happens, and we'll try to put on a good show, make it very entertaining, and raise a lot of money for charity as we do every year. And I'm ready for it to get here. I think that's the thing. Yeah. It's like when you get this close to the event, it's again, this kind of comes back to what we were talking about at the beginning. Like when you get so close to Christmas as a kid, and you're just ready for Christmas to get there. That's what this is. Also, I definitely get way more excited for Extra Life than Christmas. It might be because I'm 32. But I'm very, very ready for this to... I'm like, all right, I wish it was tomorrow. It's not tomorrow, but I wish it was tomorrow. Because I'm ready to,
soon.
I'm ready to get to it.
In a week, you'll be really excited.
Yes.
And stressed out.
Love to be stressed. Love to be stressed. All right. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Have a good Thursday. Check out vlogs whenever they release. And then tomorrow night...
Clubhouse Games.
Clubhouse Games. We'll be playing some... checkers? Oh my
Connect
god.
4.
Oh my god. You're going to beat me at every board game.
Yeah.
Well, at least folks will know how to do... what predictions to do. If it's an arcade-style game, bet on me. If it's a normal board game... you might want to bet on Mal.